Ever wonder what a full day on Odyssey of the Seas looks like? Let's go on a cruise day together and I'll show you what I'm doing, what I'm eating, what I'm experiencing, everything that the ship has to offer for this full day on Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas. Today is a port day and we do have a private tour planned in Curaçao, so I can't wait to show you that. Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I am Carrie. I am a cruise addict and a travel advisor, and I love to cruise all over the world and share my travel experiences with you, top tips and tricks for cruising, and so much more. If this sounds like something that you love, make sure to subscribe to my channel as I drop new videos every week and you don't want to miss out. Starting with breakfast every day. Now, I am not much of a breakfast eater, so I actually always pack protein shakes with me. I put them in a baggie, and then when I'm on board, I just ask them for a little bit of almond milk, or I just use water and I shake it up in my blender cup, and bam, I've got a really easy breakfast. My husband, he loves breakfast, so he really enjoys getting it from the Solarium buffet, and there's so many healthy options that you can get here. You can get fruit, omelet, things like that, but of course they always have the traditional pancakes, waffles, bacon, eggs, all of that stuff. So we go here quite a bit where I have my protein shake and he gets whatever he's feeling for breakfast, but sometimes I'll get gluten-free toast, yogurt, anything like that too. It is a port day today, so after breakfast, we headed to the gangway to go ahead and disembark the ship to enjoy Curaçao. I didn't like the excursions that they had to offer through the cruise ship. I really wanted more of like a private excursion, something more intimate for me and my husband to do. So I found a private tuk-tuk tour through Viator. It looked really fun. This was about a 90-minute tour with just the two of us. Of course, I had to check it out. If you've never booked through Viator, they have a ton of options and you can narrow it down to any of the activities that you're looking for. So for me, I was looking for more of a private tour, and this was the top one that jumped out for me. Once I booked, they did give me a ticket and it let me know exactly where I was going to meet our driver. We'd have to meet them right outside of the gates in Curaçao, but it was really easy to get there. As we were waiting, I saw all of these kind of fancier tuk-tuks lined up. I was pretty excited about these. I was thinking, yeah, these are going to be so cool for us to ride in. I wonder which color we're going to get. These look so comfortable. And then our driver pulls up in this tuk-tuk. I had such a laugh when I saw this one, and yeah, this is the tuk-tuk we went on. I feel like it was the Temu version of the tuk-tuks, but it worked well and got us around for our tour. It was a little bit loud, it was gas powered, so at times it was a little bit smelly, and when we would stop for our tour guide to let us know what we were looking at, he would tend to shut off the tuk-tuk so that we could hear each other better, and then start it back up to continue the tour. But having it be louder, a little smelly here and there, it wasn't enough to make me not want to go on this tuk-tuk tour again. I really liked it. I would do it again. I would definitely recommend it to other people. If you haven't been to Curaçao before, it is absolutely gorgeous. The buildings are painted so colorful. Our tour guide said that the buildings all used to be white in Curaçao, and because of that, when the sun reflected off of them, they started to give people eyesight problems. So everyone started to then paint the buildings different colors, and it brought a lot of vibrancy to the city, but it also cut down on people having the eyesight problems from the sun reflecting off of that bright white. It is so beautiful here. Again, this tour was about 90 minutes long, and it ended up being more of a cultural art tour than just like a straight up cultural tour, because art is such a huge part of Curaçao. They have so many outstanding, amazing, talented artists who live on this island. We saw this beautiful metal sculpture that was absolutely incredible. The fact that somebody made this, I am just in awe. There were tons of paintings up and down the streets on so many buildings, in alleyways. I got as many pictures as I could because I was so in love with the flowers and the faces and the coloring and everything that they did. They're also incredible tile work. We saw a couple staircases that were tiled with tons of different colors that they even spelled Curaçao out on one of the stairs. It was great. We of course saw amazing views. This is my top amazing view. This was like the top of a mountain, and we were really able to see all of Curaçao out by the port where we were at. And if I zoom in right here, you can see just how far we are from our cruise ship. We were really able to go quite a bit into Curaçao, even though it was only a 90-minute tour. Of course, it wouldn't be a port day if I didn't get a video of the Curaçao sign. At every port I go to, I always got to scan the sign or get a photo by it. This time, I did not disappoint. This was a great sign to get. And because it was Christmas, they did have a design over the top. Once our tuk-tuk tour was done, we did explore a little bit on foot on our own to really look at what else was around the port, check out some shops, things like that. We then headed back to the ship for lunch. Now, there are places on Curaçao where you can go to lunch, you can get a snack, anything like that. But because I am gluten-free, I personally feel better and safer when I eat on the ship. And so that is usually what we do. Plus, I already paid for that meal with my cruise fare, right? So with a restaurant, you're gonna have to pay for that separately. So we headed back to the ship and we went to the Windjammer buffet for lunch. There are so many amazing options here. I love the salad bar that they have all of the time. They have all these different stations set up with signs above them where you have like the American station, you have a favorite, there's some Indian foods, and then they have a whole separate gluten-free section as well. And I am always hitting up this gluten-free section. We also have the soda package with this cruise that we have for the first time. They do have one of these freestyle soda machines in the Windjammers. So we were alternating between getting our Coke Zero and our Diet Dr. Pepper, and it was always really good. After lunch, we went and we relaxed in the adults only solarium. My husband and I don't cruise with kids, so we really like to go into any adults area that they have on a cruise ship. If you sail with kids, Royal Caribbean is very family friendly. And so there's of course going to be a lot of kids on board. Usually they're by the main pool or there's the kids splashaway bay. But in that adults only solarium, it has more of the quiet vibe, which is what we want, especially after a day in the heat exploring Curaçao. One of my favorite things to do on a cruise is to relax and read my Kindles. So we grab some towels and a lounger and we just lay out for a while reading our Kindles. We're not too far from pools and hot tubs in the solarium, so that's always great. Of course, it wouldn't be a cruise unless I got a Coke Zero with extra cherries. Don't be skipping on my extra cherries. You better hook me up with those. You know, cruising, it's so much work and it's so exhausting that we had to go to our cabin to take a nap before dinner to really recharge for the evening. We then went to dinner in the main dining room. I always start with a salad with dinner. This helps my digestion a lot because the food on a cruise is a lot richer than what I eat at home. So a salad really helps me balance things out. I then tried their polenta fries and they were actually really good. They were crispy on the outside, they were soft on the inside, and they gave like a fun little dip to try with it. They were good and I would definitely order these again. I have no idea how to make them at home. I would for sure order them on a cruise again next time. For dinner, I tried a filet of sole and y'all, it was nasty. Who eats this? I have never heard of sole before, but I thought it was a white fish. It was so fishy. It was like licking the ocean fishy. Hard pass. So I had to send that baby back and I got my backup plan of grilled chicken. That's one thing I love about a cruise though, that you can try different foods and if you don't like it, you can then just ask for something else to be brought out. So if you like super fishy fish, sole's for you, baby. If you do not like that, pass on that and literally order anything else on the menu. For dessert, I ended up getting the crumbly oat and berry bar, and it was so, so good. I wish they had this every night. I would have definitely ordered it. I am not used to being able to order dessert that's gluten-free. A lot of times they have very limited options, and it's like always mousse on every cruise or creme brulee, and I don't like those. So I was so excited on Odyssey that I had tons of different options that I could choose from for gluten-free desserts, and this was hands down my top favorite that I had on this whole cruise. So if you go on it and they have that crumbly oat and berry bar, get it. Get it, get it. Maybe order two. It's that good. After dinner, we hit up a bar to grab a rum punch. Royal Caribbean does really, really good rum punches. We then took our drink and relaxed by the pool deck a bit more. We were really taking in the night views of Curaçao, which are beautiful. It has a nice warm breeze. So a lot of times after dinner, when we'll get a drink, we'll either walk around the ship for a bit or we'll just camp out in the pool deck area just to relax, take in the night, view the stars if we're out at sea, or really take in the port if we're still in port at night. To finish out the day, we hit up the hot tub before bed, went back to the cabin to shower off, did some reading in my Kindle, and then went to bed to rest up for another exciting day tomorrow. And that's it for my exciting day on Odyssey Cruise. This was a fantastic day. From everything that I did on board to exploring Curaçao, I would for sure go back to this port again. It was so great. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite thing to do on a cruise when you're in port, and what's your favorite thing to do on a cruise on a sea day? I hope this helps. I'll catch you on the next cruise.